All right, less than 12. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Okay, plot following points on the number line without having to measure. Okay, so we got 1/3, 5/6, and the last one is 7/12. What we're going to say is which one is beyond the halfway mark. 1 out of 3, right? 1 out of 3 is less than half. 5 out of 6, though, is way more than half. And 7 out of 12 would be just over half because 6 out of 12 is half. So 7 would put it over the halfway mark, just a little bit. So we put the 7/12 here. This one is 5 out of 6. It's just about all the way to 1. It's like all the way up to here, someplace around here. 5 out of 6, if you cut this into 6 pieces. And the last one is 1/3, which is less than a half, because it looks like half would be right about here. Right, half is here. So 1/3 is right about here someplace. Okay, so how do we get that? 1 out of 3 is less than half because that's only 1 piece out of 3 pieces. 5 out of 6 is just about a whole thing, so it's almost all of them out of 6. And 7 out of 12, that's about half. It's a little more than half. So think about, use the number line. Okay, so use the number line in part A to compare the fractions by writing greater than or equal to on the lines. Okay. 7 out of 12 are 1/2. Okay, we know that this is more than half because 6 out of 12 is half. So 7 out of 12 is more than half. 7 out of 12 is more than half. 5 out of 6 is more than half. Which one's the bigger one? Okay, since this has more pieces and that's closer, which one, 5 out of 6 or 7 out of 12? Well, this is really close to 6. If this were like maybe 11 out of 12 and 5 out of 6, that may be closer, but this is almost all of them.
Sorry for the interruption.
So we got to go this way.
Just a quick reminder to teachers that the Good News Club is taking place
I'm going to
after
plot
school
this here.
today.
11 out of
Everybody
12.
should
It's
have
almost.
received a list of students participating in their mailbox.
Almost
along-
one.
It was
Because
emailed also
12 out of
to
12 is 1.
today.
And we've got almost
So
all of
again,
them
Good
here.
News Club
1 out of
after school
4,
today in the elementary
less than half,
section.
right?
Thank you.
And if you guys are plugging those in, great. 3 out of 8, well, we know that 4 is half of 8, so there's half. So this is less than what this would be half. Okay, so we can kind of plot these on the points now. 3 out of 8, got to go down here. Let's make this a little smaller and look at it here. Almost 1, 11 out of 12. That's that one, almost 1. A little less than half down here, it's a 4th. Half, less than half. And this one is 4/8 is half, and 3/8 is a little bit less than half. But not as small as 4, right? We count it in 8s, we go 1, 2, 3. So these are 8s here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's 3 of them. 1, 2, and 3/8. And that one will go right there. Because 2/8 is equal to 1 out of 4. So that's actually 2/8 and 1 out of 4 right there. So 3/8 is one more fourth over it. Let's take 2 of them up here to compare. So we know 11/12 is way up here. So we know 11/12 is greater than anything down here, like 1/4. Select 2 fractions. Okay, so select how about 3/8? 3/8 is greater than 1/4 or less than 11. We could say it's less than 11/12. Just as long as we know the one that's higher, middle, low. Explain how you plotted the points in part A. I thought about 1/2 and 1, right? So how did I do that? Because I looked at it to say, are the fractions closer to 1/2 or 1/2. Okay. Then I could say, well, is it bigger than 1/2? Is it less than 1/2? Is it bigger or less than 1/2? So I really think about these guidelines here and here. And will it be more than half of something? 11 out of 12 is more than half. 3 out of 8, it's less than half. 1 1/4 is less than half. So I knew where to put those. Let's see here. Take a peek at these and see how we would do these real quick. All right, 1/2. Which is more, to be in the halfway point or to be at 3 out of 4? Well, this number, we know that 2 out of 4 is half. So 3 out of 4 is even bigger than half. So that's bigger than half. 1/2 or 7 out of 8? 7 out of 8, that's so close to the whole thing. That's only 1 away. Because 4 out of 8 is equal to 1/2. Right? If it was 4/8, we could say it was 1/2, but it's 7/8, so 7/8 are more than just 4 of the 8s. We got a better grade on a test. 7 out of 8 on a test is much better than, than 4 out of 8. That would be a 50%. So that's the bigger one right there. 2/3 or 2/5. Well, there's 2 of something. Would you rather have 2 pieces out of 3 cuts of a candy bar or 2 pieces out of 5 cuts of a candy bar? Well, these pieces are bigger because it's cut into thirds, right? So you only got these. This candy bar is cut into 1, 2, 3, 4. The pieces are smaller. So if you had 2 out of these 3, you get all of this candy bar. 2 out of the 5, not so much. You're not even close to half here. This is over half, right? You're past the halfway point, which is right there. So since you're past half, this is the bigger one. This didn't even make it to half. So it's a smaller one. So the rule of half works for this. Rule of half work for this one. 3 out of 5, it's more than half, right? Because 2.5, it's like half. That's way more than half. Wow, that's almost 10 over 10. That's almost all of it. Even 4 out of 5 would be a tough call, but that's not even 4 out of 5. It's only 3 out of 5. So we want the 9 pieces out of 10 because it's a 90% on a test. That's a good test score. 3 out of 5 on a test, not so good. 3 out of 5 gives you something like I don't know. I'm going to say 71%. Just making it up. I don't know. Because 3 out of 5 on a test, you missed 2 questions on a 5-question test. Here you only missed 1 question on a 10-question test. You got a better grade, bigger score, bigger fraction. The rule of half for this one, which is bigger than half? That's bigger than half because 7 out of 8, that's almost all of them. 2 out of 3, that's bigger than half. But remember, when it's 2 out of 3, 7 out of 8, same size candy bar. If I can draw the same size here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you got 7 out of 8. You've got almost the whole thing. You're only missing that little 1/8 of a piece. This one, you're missing a whole third of the candy bars missing. You got 2/3, or you got 7 out of 8. We like 7 out of 8. It's a better score on a test also. This, 2 out of 3, that's 66%. 7 out of 8. I don't know, is it like 88%? I'm just guessing. But that's about the scores on a test. 2 out of 3. 3-question test, you miss one, you're going to get a very good score. 7 out of 8, much better. Rule of half here, which one's bigger than half? 1 out of 3? Nope. 2 out of 4? Yep. 2 out of 4 is half. That is not half. 2 out of 3. 5 out of 10. Which one's half? This one's half? Is this half? Yep, bigger than half. This is only half. That's 1/2. This is actually 2 out of 3. Remember, 2 out of 3. That's half is right there. You've gone beyond 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I don't know if you know that saying, but that means it's more than half. 66%. Way bigger than half. Not half. Whoa. Not half. 49 out of 100. 50 out of 100 would be half. Ooh, 51 out of 100. Bigger than half. There's your rule of half. We know which one's bigger. Which is bigger here? 7 out of 16 half or 51 out of 100 bigger than half? If one of these is bigger than halfway, is that halfway or is this halfway? If it is, the bigger way, you got to open the mouth towards the bigger number. 7 out of 16, or 51 out of 100. Double the 7. 7 plus 7 equals, and double 51. Which one got you all the way to all the pieces? One of these is beyond the halfway point. And then we got the exit ticket.